to Riot City from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm Cale. This is Roldan and Dustin.
How'd you get into metal? Tell me a little bit about your band.
I got into metal, being a young kid, and actually my uncle's band was playing a Battle of the Bands thing, and they were kind of a hardcore band. And I went and watched them, and there was another band playing that was a heavy metal band, and that's kind of how I was like, wow, it's really cool, like aggressive and powerful all at the same time. I want to do that. So then I started to play music, and the rest is history.
I got into heavy metal because a buddy of mine in junior high showed me this band called Iron Maiden. They're a pretty rare band, nobody knows who they are. And I remember flipping the back of their third album, Number of the Beast, and looking at the back of that and saying, that's what I want to be from now on. And then eventually, through time and trial and error, I met up with these guys.
I think for me, it had nothing to do with heavy metal in general. Just growing up, my grandpa used to play guitar. He was the only other musician in my family. And I used to go over to his house when I was young, 3, 4, 5 years old. And he picked up the acoustic guitar and would play and sing for all of us. And I wanted to be that. I wanted that skill, that passion to put a smile on people's faces. And, as I got older, I got introduced to bands like AC/DC at the early age of like 7 or 8 years old, and I fell in love with it. And I remember when I got asked, my dad asked me if I wanted a guitar for Christmas, because I was obsessed with music. And I remember the exact point in the highway when he asked me. I was 12 years old, if I wanted a guitar for Christmas, and I thought about it for about 10 minutes while we were cruising down the highway. And I pictured myself fucking chainsawing fucking guitars over everybody. And I eventually said yes. Yes, I want a good fucking guitar for Christmas. And that's what I do today.
I was first introduced to music with the likes of Frank Zappa. So Frank Zappa, Led Zeppelin, just a lot of those old 70s, 60s bands. My dad, being a baby boomer, came from that generation, so that's sort of what led me into wanting to play any kind of instrument, really, whether it was guitar or drums, just happened to be guitar. And then over the years, it just kind of went heavier from there. It just kind of went from that old 70s blues, rock and roll kind of stuff to a lot more heavy metal, which led me to, like I said before, Iron Maiden, which has led me to where I am now.
I take most of my influences from real life situations that I've been through or people I know have been through, kind of write about them to the point where you can interpret them whatever way you want and whatever way would help you or make you think or make you have fun, doesn't matter. But that is my main source of influence, more so than anything else.
See, for me, I don't know. I think I was always under the influence of something. I don't know whether it was music or attitude or life choice, like whatever it was. I think from an early age, I just liked the sound. I liked it loud. And I don't understand. I was a loud kid, and I used to fucking get in a lot of trouble when I was young. But I don't. Fuck.
Peace and chaos kind of deal.
I just think it's not that I was that I had an influence or I was under the influence of anything. It wanted me I don't even know why I'm into what I'm into. Like, I think about it and I don't understand exactly why I'm into it, but this is the only thing I know, and it's the only thing that I give a shit about.
We do it because we love it.
Exactly.
Our sound evolves every time we're together. Every single song is different. There's no label. Like, fuck, we wrote Burn the Night. We wrote 100 fucking songs together. We just didn't put them out because we didn't know what we wanted. You know, we liked them all, but it either worked or it didn't. You know.
I'd say we could fall under that category of that subgenre, but
in the end, it's all heavy metal.
yeah, we just kind of write music that we like, and it just so happens to be this kind of music. And I don't think we're gonna really defer too far from that. I don't want to get too experimental with this band. I'll start another band if I want to do that. I want to keep this band heavy metal for the people that love heavy metal.
Well, we had another.
I don't
band.
think
We
that
had
we.
another band
I don't
too.
think that we had to search for this sound. I think
No, we-
what
we
we
really
do.
didn't.
I think what we do searched for us. You know, in a kind of in
Well,
a weird way. You
we've
know what I
all-
mean? You know what I mean? Like in a weird way. Like
We've all played in other bands together. It's not just Riot City. We had Glare. We're starting a new project.
yeah,
You know, like it's not just heavy metal, man. We're not just into heavy metal. We're into whatever the fuck we want to fucking play, and that's all that fucking matters. Like, if
Yeah,
you don't
absolutely.
fucking like what we play, then don't fucking listen to it. I don't give a fuck what you have to say about me or the boys or the fucking music we play. Go fuck yourselves.
Amen to
You're
that.
lost.
Yeah, amen to that. When Skullfist and another band, Midnight Malice, when they first rolled around, and I mean, these guys were the kings, basically, of carrying that torch for heavy metal at the time.
Cauldron
As well, absolutely. I mean, back in, what was it, 2007, 2008, there wasn't a lot, but at the same time, I felt like there was actually a lot that really was going on with, you know, this whole traditional heavy metal thing. I mean, in Canada, we had maybe 3 or 4 bands, but in Europe, there were so many more, and to think that a lot of bands and a lot of people around the world could look up to Canadian heavy metal bands such as Skullfist, you know, kind of gave at least me hope in the sense that, you know, one day maybe we can.
No,
kind
it's,
of, you know,
it's not even that at all, man. Heavy metal was locked up for a long time. It was locked up for almost 15 fucking years. And it still is, but we're fucking breaking it out.
Heavy metal will never be the same way it was 20, 30 years ago, but at least we have bands that are willing to run on the front lines of that war, you know, like.
I don't know, man. Sorry, what was the question again?
Well, who were the bands in the early 2000s that like inspired you?
Skullfist, 100%, and honestly, I think Skullfist and Cauldron really fucking, they were the start. And like, I remember seeing their album cover, and it was some stupid skeleton guy with some fucking, what is it, a fucking thunderbolt fucking in the Toronto fucking downtown skyline, and it was the stupidest looking.
Was that
fucking,
the Heavier Than Metal
Yeah,
EP?
it was
He's
the
on top of a fucking building. And
it was the
yeah,
stupidest fucking album
stupidest
cover
fucking
I've
thing
ever
ever.
fucking seen. But it came on, and I fucking played it, and man, was I ever fucking impressed. And then next thing you know, this is way before I met you fucking guys. And then I go over and meet fucking Cale and Alex, and Alex was the original drummer for fucking Skullfist. And I'm like, no fucking way.
Yeah, who would have thought?
What are the fucking chances of that? And I saw these guys fucking jam. I used to come over fucking every single fucking jam that they had. It was just Cale and Alex, guitar and drums. And when they fucking played, man, like I was fucking impressed from the very first time Cale turned on his fucking guitar amp, man. And I was into it. Alex's drumming was fucking thunder. And I was into it. And I asked them every single time at the end of the jam, when are you guys jamming next? And I went every single fucking jam, and I brought beers every fucking jam just to watch. I had my own band. I canceled jams. I canceled going to those fucking jams to come hang out with these guys, and then hoping that they would ask, and then they fucking asked me if I wanted to be in the fucking band. And guess what? I was there for bass rehearsals, like bass tryouts, guitar tryouts, and they eventually said, hey, why don't we just get Dustin to fucking play? Because I show up more than the fucking people that come to fucking try out. You know what?
Yeah,
fuck off,
absolutely.
everybody. You know, you can't take my fucking position, man. Like, I'm the fucking boss. I run the fucking rhythm.
That there is. I think that, you know, the old style of traditional heavy metal. So, I mean, we've got, you know, early Iron Maiden albums. We've got early and late Judas Priest albums. I think the difference between a lot of new wave of traditional heavy metal and compared to
Just 80s.
you know, the 80s stuff, we're a lot more aggressive. I think we're almost hungrier to it.
Yeah,
to an
but
extent.
you know what? We're not hungry. We're just as hungry. We are just as hungry as they used to be, and that's the biggest part. You know, what I mean, we are just as hungry as the way they were, man. And fucking.
You're probably right about that, but I don't know. I don't feel like we have anything to prove, and I don't think we give a fuck about any of that. But I think all of us in this movement, the new wave of traditional heavy metal movement, we're a little. I don't want to say angry. I think that's kind of the wrong term for it, but we're a little bit more aggressive about how heavy metal is approached compared to the way it was back. Back then, I definitely feel like it was a lot more melodic.
Doesn't even matter.
I don't know how to say it.
What we do is what we do, and I'm not doing it to impress your sister. Your sister's impressed by us. You know what I mean? It doesn't fucking matter. I'm not doing it for anybody.
There's a lot more struggle nowadays to be your own thing. Back then, nothing was really done.
It was brand new.
It was brand new, so you could kind of really make it your own. And now I think people are so hungry because you can't do that. You need to like think outside of the box. And since it's such a basic means of playing heavy metal, you really need to make it your own somehow because it's all been done. So that's where you get these new hungry bands coming in. So there's a big difference,
But
I'd say.
You know, it's all, you know, in my opinion, between, you know, the 80s and the 2000s, where the second movement started, or whatever you want to fucking call it. I don't believe, to a point, that it is the same. I believe that for some reason we're just obsessed, you know, and we're just we're an author.
We're a generation of people that are obsessed with the old school way of heavy metal, and we're not trying to change a goddamn fucking thing about it. And we're not even trying to revolutionize about anything about it. We don't give a fuck about trying to revolutionize heavy metal in any way.
Definitely not trying to rewrite anything.
No, but what we
We're not
are trying to
rewriting
do
the
is just trying to write a bunch of fun songs for everybody. We do this because we fucking love it, and there is no other bottom line to it.
It's the only thing we know. It's the only
we
thing
do
we
it
know.
because we love it, and you know, if people want to call us a fucking gimmick band or a rip-off band, they can, and they're probably right about it at the end of the day.
But we're not.
But
If you call me a fucking gimmick, man, I'll kick the shit out of you. I'll kick the fucking shit out of you.
Alright, next question.
says the guy with the Kill 'Em All belly crop top shirt.
Fair enough. Okay, why have you chosen to play traditional style heavy metal and not like death metal or thrash or some other style?
It's just what
Why
we're
do you want to play that?
You're just into what you're into. I like death metal. I like funk. I like old outlaw country, man. But you know what I mean? There's something about the aggressive, screw fucking pile driving force of heavy metal that really fucking fucks with me, man. It fucks with me. It gives me fucking anxiety sometimes listening to music.
I have no preference in music, in genres. I mean, like, I will always worship heavy metal, and specifically that new wave of British heavy metal movement. But, I mean, nowadays I listen to fucking everything from the worst shit to the best shit, whether it's Spice Girls or whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck.
It's just what I like to play, man.
But
I've done the death metal thing.
Yeah, but I play traditional, I guess, heavy metal because this is the style, this is the way I want to play my guitar. I think, I think these guys are the same way too.
I played in punk bands with Cale. I played in fucking a thrash band, whatever the fuck you want to call that bullshit. But you know what? It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter what the fuck you play, but I just hope that everybody fucking picks up an instrument at some point and fucking. It's a language you either understand or you fucking don't. And if you don't understand this language that I'm talking about, then I feel fucking sorry for you.
I think
because it is fucking soul. It is soul. It's breathtaking, and it really makes you feel fucking wonderful about yourself. I
think music is much more than a language. It's more than even a way of life. It's just something that you either get it or you don't.
I don't like fucking everything. I don't like pop. I don't like anything to do with pop. But I'm very particular with the things I listen to, whether it be country, funk, soul, R&B, heavy metal, death metal, black metal. I have a couple fucking bands that I don't mind dabbling into, but heavy metal always ruled for me. Rock and roll, hard rock. It's just, it is what it is, and I appreciate the fuck out of it almost more than I appreciate the people around me. And I don't fucking, sometimes I'd rather just, I love these guys to death, but I don't fucking care. You know what I'm saying, man? Something that you hear is something that you hear, and it is.
Like I said, I listen to a bit of everything. I'll listen to anything from Iron Maiden to the most underground heavy metal stuff to Venom, and then go directly to Spice Girls and trance electronica music. But I have a philosophy where if you don't listen to every type of music, you cannot draw influences to what you're doing creatively. You need to be able to look outside the box. And you need to be able to listen to shit that you wouldn't normally listen to. And even if people call you, an idiot for it, or if they don't like what you're listening to and they start ripping on you for it. What though? The thing about that is some of the poppiest music has also helped me write some stuff in Rise.
You know what the funniest part is?
329, for example. That's the poppiest song we've ever written.
That was awesome. It's okay.
That's literally inspired by pop music.
I know, but it's not my favorite fucking track by all means. Let me make this clear. I don't like poppy. There's some elements in that song that I really fucking like.
I love that song.
There's some songs that we played that I don't like, and then we rewrite, and it's better than ever.
Of course.
You know what's funny is when I went camping the other week. Okay, listen to this. I went camping, and this group of people I went camping with, they did like a fucking much music dance, like a music video fucking party.
Big spicy jam.
So they had.
Oh my god.
Dude, they had
shiny too.
They had the fucking
Blur new song too.
They had the big fucking projector out there, right? And they were playing all these songs, and Spice Girls comes on, and Aqua comes on, Barbie Girl comes on.
Oh my god.
And I was
That's
just
my
like,
jam.
and everybody's singing it, and I was just like, at some point in my life, I owned this Aqua cassette on cassette.
Dude,
I had it on cassette.
The first
There's
thing
no
I
fucking
ever.
way. I'm like, yeah, and then I played it, and my fucking stereo didn't like it, and fucking it ripped all the tape out of it, dude.
So
it ripped all the tape out of it. It's the only cassette that ever did that.
My very first criminal activity in my life that I ever committed was stealing the first Spice Girls album from a tape rack in Safeway.
Nice.
To this day, I still love that fucking album.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Blaze.
All right. What's your opinion on the new wave of traditional heavy metal? Like, who are some of the good ones, the bad ones?
Hey, I don't think you know what? If you're
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard for me to point out bad ones.
Okay, maybe you don't have to go that far.
no, we'll fucking answer it all.
No, I don't give a fuck. I'll fucking answer truthfully. I don't give a fuck. But
It says
honestly,
here, the
I
good,
have.
the bad, the ugly. So
You know what? It's not about traditional metal at all. At all. You know, we play a certain style, but I know a ton of fucking bands that play metal. And it doesn't matter about fucking subgenres, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's all part about the new wave fucking movement. It's all about the metal movement. And the metal movement also consists about other fucking bands besides heavy fucking metal. Fuck heavy metal,
Think of the new wave of British heavy metal movement. That wasn't just Tokyo Blade, Iron Maiden. The other bands like Venom were involved in that movement. So it was a movement. It was a wave of bands that were coming out that just described the sound at the time, or their sound.
Yeah.
But that's what the new wave of traditional heavy metal movement has to be understood as well. This isn't a genre. This is a group of people that play very similar music, but from a completely different angle. In my opinion, I don't think that Riot City sounds like Enforcer or Skullfist, but at the same time, I don't think Skullfist sounds like Enforcer or vice versa, or Seven Sisters, any one of those bands. We all have our own different takes on how this movement, the direction of this movement.
We write our own book.
Yeah.
We write our own book, and it doesn't matter, you know, if this documentary wants to put it in to a fucking category where you're talking about one fucking movement. Listen, man, I know fucking hundreds of bands that fucking don't get the fucking recognition. They should be in this fucking documentary too. We got Chrome, we got fucking Martial Law Blazes here right fucking now. Looking at him right fucking now. Martial Law fucking kicks ass. Dude, we got Gate Crasher, we got fucking, you know, we got Black Rat. Everybody fucking rules, man. Everybody fucking rules. And if you don't fucking like it, you're just a fucking idiot. And you listen to Manowar only. Go fuck yourself.
You listen to Manowar only.
Hey, Blaze, get in this fucking shit. Yo, get in here. This is Blaze from Martial Law, man. I played in a band with him called Rotten Crutch as well. This guy fucking rules, man. I hate him half the fucking time.
I like to call him Rotten Crutch.
You know, I hate him half the time, but I fucking love him too. He's a good fucking dude, man. And fucking highest fucking shrill cry fucking vocals you ever hear in your fucking life, and it's a shame that half the fucking world hasn't fucking heard it yet. Get the fuck out of my interview. It's not about traditional heavy metal, man. But if you have muscle, if you have fucking muscle, then you have a good fucking heavy metal band. It's all about muscle, man. You can be a scrawny little fucking twig, just like me. But if you have muscle behind your tone, then you fucking have something. You can't be a little pussy, little fucking progressive little bitch. And I'm fucking sick of hearing that shit.
Do you think it's strange to pursue a style that's already peaked like 40 years ago?
No, absolutely not. Because for the
everything,
like he just said, everything
peaked long.
Like I said earlier, we're not trying to revolutionize. We're not trying to fucking even change. We're not even trying to change the face of heavy fucking metal. Like, we are literally doing what everyone else has done a million times. Just we happen to be good at what we do. I guess
people should be happy that there's new bands.
Yeah.
Even if it's similar to something that they loved from 1983 or they loved from 2006. It's a different song, it's a different band. They put their own emotions into it, and it is different. Even if it's super similar, it's a lot different.
We live in a time period where everything is changing much faster than it used to. So people's choice in food changes way faster than it used to because of the idea of, oh shit, we got the internet, what should we try it? Doesn't matter. We live in a period where everyone's flavors are constantly changing faster than what major record labels can even predict. You know, it used to be a flavor of the month, and then it started getting to flavor of the week. But now we're at the point of a flavor of the minute.
You know what my fucking thing is? Do you know how fucking hard it is to write a goddamn song these days? Because you're trying not to copy somebody else's bullshit? Guess what? We're all in heavy metal. You know, it might be serious. It is serious to us. But you know what? Now, we wrote a song fucking 45, 50 years fucking later. And that we can't even fucking... We pick up the guitar, we play something, and we're like, we already know. We're like, oh, this riff has been fucking done. Like, you know, it's all about placement. It's all about how you express yourself. But why do you think this fucking album came out so late? We were a band for 10 fucking years.
Which album was that?
Burn the Fucking Night just came fucking out.
2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago? You know,
hey, new one's coming.
dude, you know what, dude? It's fucking
I would like
bullshit.
to point out that on this album, there's a Van Halen riff that was stolen and fucking rewritten. And I would like you idiots to fucking figure it out.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's a lot harder for us fucking to figure out how to fucking play music because we'll sit there. We've written 100 fucking songs, and then we listen to everything. We listen to fucking everything. And then we fucking play these songs, and we're about to go into the studio with fucking 50 plus songs or whatever the fuck we're deciding to do, and then we can't fucking play these songs because we listened to a fucking song the other day that was the exact same fucking song, and we're fucked. So, you know what? It is a lot more challenging now than it was back then, so fuck you, Iron Maiden. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
David Lee Roth, when I was about 16 years old, I owned this bootleg of the US Festival. They eventually released it. Van Halen officially released it as, I think it was called Dance the Night Away, was what the DVD was called. But I owned a bootleg of this. And it was the US Festival 1983. And on this bootleg, it had a bunch of shit behind the scenes. Like they had a camera guy walking around backstage before Van Halen went live. David Lee Roth was fucking some chick on a piano. But then they brought up this whole interview with David Lee Roth. And this is where I've gathered my biggest piece of musical... I don't know, the biggest musical lesson I could ever learn in my life came from David Lee Roth. This guy's a fucking cokehead to the max. He said if you steal from one person, it's plagiarism. But if you steal from everyone, it's art. And he's 100% right about that.
There you go.
And that's that.